Hey everyone, this is Scilife, and today I'll be covering the recent tragic events that unfolded in Paris this past week. And here we go. Okay, so today I'll be summarizing the terrorist attacks that unfolded in Paris on Wednesday, January 7th through Friday, January 9th. I understand that this is a touchy subject, but I really think a lot of people should know about it, or at least try to talk about it with other people, because this is something that's important to a very large portion of the world. Around 10:30 a.m. of January 7th, two masked gunmen entered the satirical magazine publisher Charlie Hebdo. They killed 12 people and injured 11 others in and around the Charlie Hebdo office, including two police officers, one of whom was executed on the street after being injured by gunfire from the two gunmen previously. Witnesses stated that they thought the gunmen were actually elite special forces with how precise they were with their movements. The attack is believed to have happened on Charlie Hebdo because of the printing of satire about Islam, even though they do print satire about other religions as well. The two gunmen were later confirmed to be French brothers Saeed and Sharif Kouachi, and they are believed to be affiliated with Arabic terrorist groups. Other witnesses stated that the two brothers would scream Allahu Akbar, which means God is great in Arabic, as they opened fire. Thursday, January 8th, around 8:45 a.m., a lone gunman opened fire at another part of Paris, killing a policewoman and later on also injuring a jogger. This gunman was later identified as Amedy Coulibaly. At around 10:30 a.m., the Kouachi brothers robbed a gas station northeast of Paris. On Friday, January 9th, around 8:30 a.m., police exchanged gunfire with the Kouachi brothers during a car chase on National 2 Highway, which is also northeast of Paris. Around 10 a.m., the police surround the Kouachi brothers at an industrial building about 20 miles away from Paris. At around 12:15 p.m., Coulibaly reappears after escaping from police previously, and he takes hostages at a kosher supermarket. Around 4 p.m., the Kouachi brothers, realizing that they can't escape, they leave the industrial complex and they open fire on police while running, and they're both shot dead on the scene. At around 4:15 p.m., police stormed the supermarket that Coulibaly had taken hostages in. Coulibaly killed 4 hostages and 15 others survived after the police raid. Coulibaly was shot dead by police. Authorities originally believed that Coulibaly's common-law wife, Haimet Boumediene, was also a part of the terrorist attacks. However, a Turkish foreign minister stated that she arrived in Turkey on January 2nd from Madrid, and she stayed in a hotel in Istanbul before crossing into Syria. Whether she had any knowledge of the shooting of the police officer, the jogger, or any of the hostage situations prior to what happened is still up for debate. After the attacks, rallies for support of the victims have been held in major cities around the world, including Tokyo, Beirut, Cairo, London, and many others. Around the time the rally started, a video surfaced on the internet of Coulibaly pledging allegiance to the Islamic State, and also saying that he worked with the Kouachi brothers, and that he took over the supermarket so he could further improve their destruction, and also to kind of protect the Kouachi brothers from being raided by police. So why exactly was the Charlie Hebdo office attacked? Well, I did mention previously that they do print satirical comics about Allah and Islam. Known by his pen name Sharb, Mr. Charbonnier, who was the editor of Charlie Hebdo, had received many death threats over the years. He was included in a 2013 Wanted Dead or Alive for Crimes Against Islam article by Inspire, which is a propaganda magazine by Al-Qaeda. Charlie Hebdo had been threatened repeatedly for its depictions of the Prophet Muhammad. Sadly and ironically, an issue that was printed by Charlie Hebdo this week had a comic saying still no attacks in France, and also had a jihadi fighter quoted saying, "Just wait, we have until the end of January to present our New Year's wishes." Sharb was also the artist behind this cartoon. We can at least take solace in the gigantic rallies being held in Paris and other major cities around the world. The biggest rally being led by the relatives of the victims of these terrorist attacks. It started in the Place des Républicains and ended in the Place des Nations. Several other French cities held rallies, with about 4 million people in total in France and approximately 2 million people in Paris alone. That's a hell of a lot of people for a rally, so that's awesome for them. To start the march, at least 40 world leaders were present, including the leaders from Britain, Germany, France, the EU, Israel, Palestine, Malaya, and Jordan. And they started the rally by linking arms with one another. Also, in the wake of these attacks, France is deploying approximately 10,000 troops to protect Jewish schools, synagogues, and also mosques. Anyway, that's all I have for you today on this subject, so I really hope that you think of the innocent people that were lost today and continue to follow this story. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Please feel free to leave any queries in the comments below and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, and take care, everyone. Rationally speaking, you do not need a formal education in the field of, let's